The Minnesota Timberwolves just made the boldest bet of the offseason. They traded Naz Reid and a mountain of draft picks to land LaMelo Ball and pair him with Anthony Edwards. A defense-first team just bought itself a 20-point engine at point guard. So does this vault Minnesota into the contender tier, or did they just break what was already working? Let's predict their season. Let's get into it. Here's the deal first. Minnesota gets LaMelo Ball, an all-star caliber lead guard, plus the 3-and-D wing Josh Green. To get them, the Wolves sent out Naz Reid, their stretch big and instant offense off the bench, a 2033 unprotected first-round pick, 3 more first-round pick swaps, and a stack of seconds. That is an all-in, mortgage the future kind of move. The question is whether the on-court math justifies it. This is Game is Culture. Quick thing before we dig in, if you like trades broken down with real data, subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton. Now, what Minnesota already had. First, what they already had. Last season, Minnesota won 49 games behind a top 8 defense, anchored by Rudy Gobert and the long arms of Jaden McDaniels. The problem wasn't a lack of star power. Anthony Edwards is a bona fide franchise engine. It was the other end of the equation. Their offense ranked just 12th, and in the half court, it could go stale, because Edwards is a scorer first, not a lead distributor, and they were leading on Julius Randle to set the table. What they were missing was a true point guard, a primary playmaker to run the show and get everyone easy looks. That's the exact hole this trade targets. Think back to last spring when the offense bogged down in the playoffs and they had no counter. Nobody who could reliably manufacture a good shot once the first option was taken away. For a team this good defensively, that single missing ingredient was the entire ceiling. Fix the half court and the rest of the contender blueprint was already on the roster. And here's the centerpiece they're building around. Anthony Edwards, who just averaged almost 29 points a game on elite efficiency, 62% true shooting. As a genuine two-way superstar, Ant is a top 5 player in the league. He's also a scorer first, not a lead playmaker, which means the perfect partner for him is exactly the kind of player Minnesota just went and got. Now, what they added. LaMelo Ball. This past season, he stayed healthy for 72 games and put up 20 points and over 7 assists a night, while launching and making one of the highest volumes of threes in the entire league, on 90% shooting from the line. He is a true offensive engine, a passer and a shooter who bends defenses. For an offense that ranked 12th, that is a transformational addition. Put him next to Edwards and the offensive math gets scary. LaMelo runs the show and creates easy looks. Edwards gets to play off a real point guard for the first time, and Josh Green adds another shooter on the wing. Minnesota's biggest weakness, half-court creation, just became a strength overnight. On paper, this offense should leap from the middle of the pack toward the top 5. And it isn't only the half-court. LaMelo pushes pace and throws ahead better than almost anyone, which turns Minnesota's defensive stops into easy transition buckets. The single most efficient offense in basketball. A grinded out team just got a fast forward button, and that alone can be worth several wins over a long season. But here's the trade-off. Map the team on offense versus defense and you can see exactly what this trade does. The old Wolves lived in the top left, elite defense, mediocre offense. The new Wolves slide hard to the right. The offense jumps, but the defense slips because LaMelo is a minus defender and they lost Naz Reid's depth. The hope is they land in the top right, good at both. The risk is they just trade one weakness for another.
The defense is the real worry. Minnesota's identity was stops, and they just added a guard who's one of the weaker defenders at his position, and subtracted a useful big in Naz Reid. Now more pressure falls on Gobert to erase mistakes and on McDaniels to guard up. They won't fall apart. Gobert covers a lot of sins, but a top 8 defense probably becomes a middle of the pack one. That's the price of the offense. And it's not just the starting lineup. Naz Reid was their offensive life raft when the stars sat, a near 20-point scoring punch off the bench. Losing him thins the rotation, so on the nights Edwards or LaMelo rest, the drop-off gets steeper. They bought star power at the top by selling depth in the middle. So, the projection. Here's my projection. The offense carries them. I see a top 5 offense, a defense that slips to around league average, and a win total that climbs from 49 into the mid-50s. That's a top 4 seed in the West and a genuine threat, no longer a team that bows out early because it can't score in a playoff grind. They went from very good and capped to dangerous and unpredictable. And the timing matters. The West is a gauntlet, but a top 5 offense with Gobert anchoring the back is built to win the regular season games that lock in home court, and to trade punches with anyone once the playoffs start. So where's the ceiling? With 2 stars, real shooting, and Gobert still anchoring the back line, this is a legitimate contender, a team that can win a playoff series against anyone when the offense is humming. It's not the clear title favorite. The defensive dip and the fit questions keep it just short of that. But on my dial, this is a contender, a real one, for the first time in the Edwards era. But never forget the cost. Minnesota gave up an unprotected first all the way out in 2033, 3 pick swaps, and their depth. This roster is built to win now, with almost no margin for error and no easy way to retool if it doesn't work. They are betting the next decade that Edwards and LaMelo become a championship duo. It's bold, and bold is exactly what a team stuck in the second round needed to be. Here's the flip side. If it works, nobody remembers the picks. Banners don't care about draft capital. But if LaMelo gets hurt or the fit sputters, this becomes one of the most painful what-ifs in the league. A future mortgaged on a guard who couldn't stay on the floor. Where could I be wrong? If LaMelo's old injury problems return, the whole projection collapses. This team has no margin without him. And if the defense falls further than expected, all that new offense gets canceled out in May. But if he stays healthy and the 2 stars mesh, the upside is a top 3 team in the West. High floor on offense, real risk on defense and health. That's the bet. So that's the projection. A top 4 seed, a real contender, and a franchise that just went all in on the Edwards and LaMelo era. But you tell me, does this trade make Minnesota a title threat, or did they give up too much and weaken their defense? Drop it below and tell me which part of this duo you want me to break down next. And we are so close to 1,000 subs, so subscribe to stay up to date.